Arne Slot turned up to Liverpool with a fresh trim, a Dutch passport and a Premier League winning master plan. All jokes aside, what an achievement it is by him and Liverpool. And with them winning the league, I thought it would be great to look at how exactly Arne Slot won a Premier League in his first season. We're going to look at big seasons from players, big results and some key moments. So without further ado, let's get into it. Firstly, before we get started, I just want to say, even before his first game, Arne Slot faced an uphill battle. To be the successor of Jurgen Klopp was always going to be a tough challenge. But Arne Slot took that challenge head on and, well, he won a Premier League. And I know what people are going to say, it's been a bad Premier League season. Shut up. No, it hasn't. Granted, the title race hasn't exactly been as exciting as we all might have hoped, but just because Arsenal couldn't keep up and, well, City haven't been City, it doesn't mean it's been a bad season. Liverpool have still been the best team in the league by a country mile. Thank God that's over. Liverpool have had some huge performers over the season, but if I spoke about every single one of them, we'd be here for days. So, I've chosen a couple to talk about, and the first is Ryan Gravenberch. What a turnaround this guy has had. The season before, he was struggling to get a consistent role in the starting 11. And this season, Arne Slot has turned him into a different beast. He has been one of the best DMs in the league and in the world. I've always spoken really highly about Ryan Gravenberch. I like the way he plays. I think on the ball he's very gifted. I think with his lanky long frame and his technicality on the ball, he's always kind of reminded me of Sergio Busquets in a way. Those long legs, good ball control, very good technically. Now don't come and beef me in the comments saying he's nothing like Sergio Busquets. I don't compare them, I don't care. But he's been one of Liverpool's most important players this season and one of Arne Slot's biggest assets. He has been able to utilise him to another planet. And I'm so happy that Ryan Gravenberch has been able to turn his story around, because before Slot came in, there was question marks around him and he was beginning to look like a bit of a wasted purchase for Liverpool. But Arne Slot has turned him into a beast. But I think this alone is a testament to how good of a man-manager Arne Slot is, on top of already being a tactical genius. Very happy for Ryan Gravenberch, and I do see him just growing and growing in this team. And now onto a man who has been ridiculous again. A record-breaking season, and without him, they wouldn't have won this league title. He has single-handedly dragged Liverpool to this title. His goal contributions output, when he's turned up in big games, scored big goals, and consistently scored goals, provided assists. Because quite frankly, at times, Diaz, Núñez and Jota haven't been good enough for a team that's chasing a Premier League title. And to be honest, at times, Salah has had to do it all on his own. And that just shows how good he actually is. One of the best players in the league, and quite frankly, one of the best players in the world. In a weird way, I've almost felt sorry for Salah at times this season, because the lack of help he's had up front. When the title race was a bit tighter, Salah was playing so well, trying to provide assists, providing goals, and his forward line couldn't finish their dinner, never mind their chances. I think it was at Villa away, Núñez had a really big chance to finish the game, win the game, and he couldn't do it. I think he put the ball wide and Salah couldn't believe it, and you could see his frustration. I think if Liverpool hadn't have been knocked out of the Champions League by PSG, Salah would have been well on his way to getting that Ballon d'Or, but I think it's just too far out of his reach now. But regardless of personal trophies, what a season he has had, and it's not finished yet, so we're probably going to see some more goals. They would not have won this league title without him. Now you might be quite surprised at the next player I'm going to talk about, but I think Kelleher was so important when Alisson was out injured, with some massive performances. I think it was against Real Madrid, he had a really good game. And I think he deserves this mention, because while Alisson was out injured, he had some big performances. And then when Alisson comes back into the team when he's fit, Kelleher just gets pushed to the side, back onto the bench, which, look, Alisson's number one, that's how it goes. But I think he'll get overlooked in terms of players getting Liverpool to the Premier League title. He was so good. And I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves Liverpool Football Club this summer in pursuit of first team football, because he would easily start for a lot of Premier League teams, and quite frankly, he deserves to. He is so good. By the way, if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks. I think it's time to look at a couple of results that were huge in Liverpool's season. I think beating United at Old Trafford 3-0 was a huge result. But Liverpool started the season so well. They look dynamic, they look good, they look refreshed. Fans were impressed, I was impressed, and this was Arne Slot's first real big test away at one of your biggest rivals. And to be honest, it was an all-round great performance. But what really made me laugh is Ten Hag had struggled since joining United. Here comes Arne Slot, another Dutch manager, absolutely ruins your team in your own stadium. And then he went on to national television where he said he knew exactly how you were going to play. And then he went on to express he knew exactly how to dismantle your team. And the other results that I thought were really big turning points was that week where Liverpool beat City and Real Madrid in 1 week. And then it started to seem real. I was like, okay, I watched both of these games and wow, these look serious. Like they could actually go on to win something. They're not just hitting a purple patch. And I know that might be quite rash or quick to say in December, quite far out. But they were just that good. I was so impressed with how they were playing. Real Madrid coming to town, defending champions of the Champions League, and they looked like they were playing Tranmere, never mind Real Madrid. For some of their biggest moments, as I already mentioned, the Man U game, that felt like a huge moment in their season so early on. The week where they beat Madrid and City in a week. I think finally getting Van Dijk and Salah's contracts over the line was a big thing. It felt like that went on forever, and to finally see them get those contracts over the line was big clarity for the club, the players, and the fans most of all. I think in the midst of Liverpool winning the Premier League and the celebrations and the conversations of Arsenal not being able to keep up, City not being the team that they have been, it'll get overlooked that Liverpool won a league title while all this was going on off pitch. They had a lot of pressure from the fans and there was a lot of things going on behind the scenes and obviously in front of the cameras as well. These big things with these players' contracts, and to be honest, they had 3 of their biggest players in history, not just modern history, 3 of their biggest, best players in history, potentially all leaving the club in one summer, and that wasn't going down well with the fans. And to be honest, it seemed all a bit up in the air for me from the club. I can't believe they left it so late, and I could understand the fans' frustration. They were upset. They've got the 2 over the line. I've said for a while, I think keeping Van Dijk and keeping Salah was much more important than keeping Trent. And on top of that, they lost the Carabao Cup final to Newcastle and got knocked out of the Champions League by PSG. So they have overcome their hardships as well. It hasn't all just been plain sailing. They've gone through their rough patches, but they've picked themselves back up. And look, quite frankly, I know they haven't been as good these past couple of months as they were prior, but they've dragged themselves through it and they're going to get their hands, and they've got their hands on this title. And for me, one of the biggest things they've overcome this season is second half performances. They have improved so much under Arne Slot, and when they come out from half time, whether they're losing, winning, drawing, they come out as a hungry team. To be honest, the back end of Jurgen Klopp's last season, I think second half performances really started to drop off. They were conceding sloppy goals. The defence just did not look right. It didn't look like they'd been playing together for 4 or 5 years, and they were conceding some really sloppy, stupid goals. But Arne Slot seems to have got rid of all those issues. They look much more comfortable, and like I said, those second half performances are much better. But what an achievement by Arne Slot and his men. And to be honest, I'm really happy they've actually done it. Like I said, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I like Arne Slot as a manager. I like him as a person. He's very articulate when he talks, football and not. And he just seems like a really good guy. And I think if Salah and Van Dijk would have gone down with only 1 Premier League trophy to their name, I think it would have been one of the biggest injustices in Premier League history. Salah and Van Dijk would have had 4 or 5 Premier League medals, and quite frankly, they deserve it for how good they were. And regardless of how boring this season's been, Liverpool have still been the best team in the league by a country mile. They deserve this trophy. Don't let anybody tell you any different. And between me and you, if you go down below and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, I can guarantee your team has a 95% chance of winning a league next season. So yeah, go down below, smash that subscribe button, and hey, drop your team down below. I want to know who supports who. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.